Okay, like I said, I was gonna try to crank out 2 or 3 videos. If you watched the last video, which was on Big Sean, rapper from Detroit, on good music, and a lot of things that I also like to do is I like besides music, I always thought that I could be an entertainer. I always thought that I would be doing something that relates to movies or TV shows. Even as a young kid, I always had that type of imagination. Um, Now you might say you're kind of late on the YouTube shit. Yeah, it took me a while to get a camera, and the camera's not even that good. What can I say? I'm a poor ghetto youth. But that's beyond the point. Um, what I want to talk about today is Green Hornet, the movie Green Hornet. And at first, like I thought, I thought, wow, this isn't really a serious type of superhero comic book movie. If you're looking for Dark Knight, don't come here because it's not that. If you're looking for something like Sin City, don't, because it's not that either. If you're looking for something that's going to make you laugh as well as entertain you, action wise, um, this is for you. It doesn't really dig too deep. It's really on the surface. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like some shit that you would just think of doing. Like they just one day they were just in the garage fucking around, and he just said, "Hey, why not become the Green Hornet?" Like literally, that's what happened, pretty much. And it's just not that deep of a movie at all. It's a funny ass movie to me. It's very funny in spots, and of course it would be funny. You have Jay Cho, you have Seth Rogen doing his usual Seth Rogen bullshit. You have Cameron Diaz. She's sometimes funny. She had her little funny moments in the movie as well. But I don't think there's not too much I didn't dislike that I disliked about the movie. I think that a lot of shit that I didn't. The one thing that stood out to me for like a good probably like 45 minutes into the movie was that they were doing all this dangerous shit, but nobody was actually dying. Nobody was actually getting shot, killed, on the Green Hornets part. On Kato and Green Hornets part, they weren't actually killing anybody. It was just you know what I'm saying? Kato at one point, like deep into the movie, he actually does kill a couple of people, but I'm like, damn, somebody should have been died on their part. You know what I'm saying? You got the car, you're running in people, motherfucker, you hitting people over the head with like shit that would cause brain trauma. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a very realistic superhero movie, and I know that's a little crazy for it to be a realistic fictional movie. I know, but you know what I'm saying? It's not very realistic. So I would say I would give it probably a 7 out of 10. I would say if you're looking for something a little more realistic, a little less funny, a little more action, a little more seriousness, this is not the movie for you. Don't waste your money. I say wait till you either get a good copy online or wait till you get enough money to buy the DVD if you want to do that bullshit or rent it from iTunes when it comes out, whatever. But it isn't worth a lot of money. It isn't worth the money that you would probably go to spend at the movie theater. Another thing I want to talk about is the movie was in 3D. That's another big problem I had with it. It was in 3D, but the most 3D action that you see in the movie is not even when you see Kato kicking the shit out of those guys. It's when it's at the end and they're rolling the credits, and the Green Hornet pops out at you, and they're in the beginning when they're rolling the credits. That's it. That's the most 3D action I got out of that whole entire movie. And I went to a movie theater, and they actually wanted me to pay 10.50. I was like, 10.50? You don't have any regular movie showings? I was okay with 9.50, which now that I realize is way too fucking much. But I was okay with it because that's what I like to do. I like to see movies. That's what I do. But that shit was way too much. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, they just reopened the movie theater that I used to like to frequent. Uh, it was a little further down, a little further out the way, probably 10 or 15 minutes more out the way. And it was a movie that I like to frequent, a movie theater that I like to frequent. Um, they had it for cheap. You know what I'm saying? Regular, they didn't have a regular showing. They had a 3D showing, and that was $7. You know what I'm saying? $7, I could live with that. You know what I'm saying? That's like a $4 difference, 4.50 difference. Come on, man. That was worth the gas to go 15 minutes out my way to go see that shit. And it always has been, which is why I like to go to that movie theater. But they had shut it down for a little while. I'm glad it's back up and running. But yeah, please stop making these movies in 3D, and they don't need to be in fucking 3D. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You're just trying to get extra money.